Welcome to Sandy Cybersecurity. Hi there. I'm Sandy, and I created this channel to make the world of cybersecurity simple, informative, and accessible for everyone, from beginners to professionals. Whether you're curious about securing your personal devices, understanding the latest cyber threats, or even pursuing a career in cybersecurity, you've come to the right place. The essential information for today's discussion comes from the Security BlueTeam Toolkit book and discusses IP protocol configuration. IPConfig stands for Internet Protocol Configuration. The command IPconfig is usually the next tool you will pull out of your toolbox when you're networking a system. A lot of valuable knowledge can be gleaned from this tool. Internet Protocol, IP, is a set of rules for sending data over the Internet or to another network. This route function makes it possible for the Internet that we are familiar with. IP's task is to take packets from the source host and send them to the right target host, based on the IP addresses inside the packets. The datagram that is being sent has two parts. 1. Header and 2. Payload. The header has the information needed to get the information where it should go. The payload is the stuff you want the other host to have. To find your router's private IP address, look for the default gateway. What tool would you use to make sure that the router is alive? Why, ping, of course. Yes, ping is indeed a quick and simple tool to check if your router is alive, i.e., reachable on the network. Here's why ping is often used for this purpose. 1. Ease of use. Ping command is available on most operating systems, Windows, macOS, Linux, and requires only a single command to use. 2. Immediate feedback. By sending a series of data packets to the router's IP address, ping provides immediate feedback on whether the router is reachable. If the router is working, it will reply to these packets, confirming that it's up and running. 3. Basic connectivity check. Ping is useful for basic connectivity testing. If you can successfully ping the router's IP address, you know your local network connection is functioning correctly. This helps narrow down potential issues, indicating that problems may lie with the internet connection itself or with specific settings rather than the local network. 4. Response time insights. In addition to verifying connectivity, ping measures the response time. High response times could suggest network congestion or hardware issues on the router, giving you a hint about possible performance issues. To use ping, you can open a command prompt or terminal and type something like this. For example, ping 192.168.1.1. If you get replies, it means the router is reachable. If not, there might be a connectivity problem, or the router might be down. The internet is down. What should I do? The web is not working. You ping yourself at 127.0.0.1, and everything is fine on your machine. You ping www.google.com, and it times out. You do an IP protocol configuration /all on your host machine. What can you assume if your IP protocol configuration /all command listed the default gateway as being 000 to 0? The router. As an experienced IT person will tell you, the best thing to do is turn any device off and on again, first your host and then the router. Still not working? Add another computer to your network to your experiment. Can it connect to the server or the internet? Does it pull an IP address from the router? When you are troubleshooting, it is all about the scientific method. Make an idea, try it, change it, and then make a new idea. Here are two more IT terms for you to learn. DHCP and DNS. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. DNS stands for Domain Name System. Let's study each word by itself. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Dynamic. Ever-changing, fluid, host. Asset on a network. Configuration. How the asset is supposed to work. Protocol. Rules that allow two more assets to talk. DHCP is a network management tool. This is the tool that dynamically assigns an IP address to a host on a network that lets it talk to other hosts. Most simply, a router or a gateway can be used to act as a DHCP server. Residential routers will get their unique public IP address from their ISP. In a large enterprise, DHCP is configured on servers to handle large networks' IP addressing. DHCP decides which machine gets what IP address and for how long. If your machine is using DHCP, did you notice in your IP protocol configuration/all command how long your lease was? If you are not leasing, then you are using a static IP address. Here are 2 more commands for you to use if you want a new IP address. IP protocol configuration/release. This releases all IPv4 addresses. IP protocol configuration/renew. This retrieves a new IP address, which may take a few moments. DNS stands for Domain Name System. This is a naming system for all hosts that are connected to the Internet or your private network. Do what you want on the Internet or in a private network, and DNS will remember. It will store this data in something we call a cache, pronounced cache. This is done to speed up subsequent requests to the same host. Sometimes your DNS cache can get all wonky, sometimes by accident, sometimes by a hacker. Note, cache poisoning, also known as DNS spoofing. DNS spoofing is an attack in which someone changes the DNS cache or table in a bad way. This makes the name server give out the wrong IP address and redirects network traffic. Here are 2 more commands to try. IP protocol configuration/displayedns. This may scroll for a while because this is a record of all the domain names and their IP addresses you have visited on a host. IP protocol configuration/flushdns. If you start encountering HTML 404 error codes, you may need to flush your cache clean. This will force your host to query name servers for the latest and greatest information. Running IP protocol configuration/flushdns can help by clearing your local DNS cache. This forces your device to retrieve the latest DNS information from a DNS server, which may resolve the 404 error if it was due to outdated or incorrect cached records. I hope you found today's topic insightful. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more updates on cybersecurity. Your support means a lot. Signing off, yours Sandy.